People are not buying Tundra TRD Pros anymore, and so that means that you can get one of these very easily. It's like the easiest TRD Pro to get your hands on. Should you buy one? We're going to go over everything in today's video. Orem Toyota is providing us with this truck. Let's get right into it. Powering the Tundra TRD Pro is the hybrid twin-turbo 3.4 liter V6 that goes through a 10-speed. Fuel economy is 18 around town, 20 on the highway, with power outputs being 437 horsepower and 583 pound-feet of torque. The hybrid has not had the same issues as the non-hybrid. I mean, some of them have had some issues, but it's actually been the reliable powertrain. If you too want to be known as the reliable powertrain, make sure you subscribe. With the TRD Pro, you get the cool TRD Pro vent pieces on either side, or at least they look like vents even though they're not. And then this has the upgraded headlights that you can get with the Tundra. This one has the optional colored lettering, which you're either going to like it or not. Kind of reminds me of Rudolph a little bit. There's also a light bar and there's marker lights because just like a Raptor, this is over 80 inches wide. So you put all those elements together and, you know, other than the red lettering, it's a cool looking front end. Tire wheel setup is 285 by 65 by 18. You've got BBS forged wheels, just like other TRD Pros. Now there's quite a bit of space for tire fitment. From my understanding, you can definitely fit 34s. You might even be able to fit 35s without a lift on these Tundra TRD Pros. So you could match the tire size of the F-150 Raptor. Speaking of Raptor stuff, this does have Fox shocks. It's not live valve, but still a great shock system. You also have upgraded upper control arms, springs, everything's been tuned by TRD. There's the camo fender flares, and then you guys can see with the mirror caps, they actually did this finish so that it doesn't get all scratched up and everything off-road like paint would. And just like a Raptor, this is coil sprung in the rear. Now taking a look at the side profile, this is the crew cab with a shorter bed. That is the only configuration available with the TRD Pro. When it comes to key fob features, we've got our lock and unlock function. You got the tailgate drop down Toyota logo at the bottom. There's an outlet in the bed. We also have LED lights. This one has the bed liner added, so makes it so that it's not so slippery, right? And obviously kind of adds a little bit of a layer of protection. Now the tailgate's really cool. You just kind of kick it a little bit and then it'll pop up. There's a button here on the side to lower down the tailgate, TRD Pro in the tailgate itself. And these new Tundras, the hybrids, can tow like 11,000 pounds. It's a very capable truck. And then the TRD Pro does get the TRD exhaust. Now all new Tundras also come with the larger, it's like 32 gallons roughly in capacity fuel tank as standard. So that's another benefit of these 26s, but that's the exterior. This week's giveaway is perfect for classic muscle car lovers because we have a CUDA and a Roadrunner. The CUDA produces 290 horsepower and has an automatic. The Roadrunner produces 390 horsepower and has a manual. Both of them are obviously powered by V8s. Now this particular giveaway is going to be ending fairly soon on November 2nd. So if you want to get in now and get some extra bonus entries, just use code BHC or click the link in the description down below or the pinned comment. Any donation, $25 or more, will give you 4x bonus entries. Let's check out the interior. This one has the red interior. You can also get black, but yeah, the red definitely pops. And it does continue on the seats. Like I said, you can get this in black if you want something that's a little bit more neutral. And then you don't get any underseat storage with the hybrid battery, but you do get these cool floor mats with the tire mark. Legroom back here is good. We've got a little storage pocket. Cup holders in the rear. We have vents, we have an outlet, some USB ports as well. Headroom, because the panoramic sunroof, it does come down a little bit. And one thing that's cool is these Tundras, the whole rear window can open and close. There's keyless entry for up front, and let's check it out. Blind spot monitoring with the mirrors. The mirrors do power fold in. You've got memory seats built in, and then more of that red 1380 for the payload capacity with this truck. TRD Pro, and then you can see perforated all down the center. Power adjustments on the side with lumbar support too. Fancy finish on the pedals, and then up above you can see TRD light bar, and then we have your heated steering wheel and the button to turn on the outlet. Trailer brake control just below the engine stop start, and ooh. Now the steering wheel is perforated all around. You've got the marker at the top, kind of like a Raptor, and then TRD at the bottom. And there's practical controls on the front face, like your adaptive cruise control. You also have volume and voice command controls on the other side. The gauge cluster is fully digital, which means you can change the information that is displayed. It'll also display the drive modes. These are just the on-road drive modes. This has a great 360 camera system, and if you press that button, that'll do the side views as well. And then as for the rest of the infotainment system, quick response time with the screen, so really user-friendly from that perspective. We've got our climate controls down below, dual zone up front, heated ventilated seats, little volume knob there, USB port off to the side. Got the function to raise or lower the tailgate. We do have a rear diff lock with this, stability control, and that's for the 360 camera. Auto hold and parking brake, phone charging pad there on the other side. Shifter here for the 10-speed. Part-time four-wheel drive system with a 2-speed transfer case, and then you've got your drive mode select, tow haul. This has multi-terrain select, crawl control, so it's got all the advanced off-road kit you'd want. Cup holders, and then this slides. There's also storage up top, which is nice. And USB ports inside too. Yeah, nice trim on the top of that. And there's also more nice trim on the dash with the Toyota logo there across. This also comes with a camera rear view mirror, and then that is for the window to open it up. The whole, like I said, the whole thing opens and closes. And then we do have a panoramic sunroof. $75,968 is the total MSRP on this one. I think obviously the reliability concerns have put a damper on Tundra sales in general, including the TRD Pro, but I also think it's just excitement factor. I think that people find the RHO and the Raptor to be a bit more exciting, so they're buying those. But the ironic thing is 10 years down the road, the TRD Pros will still be worth a lot of money because they'll still be on the road, whereas the Raptor and the RHO, they're likely to have a lot of electrical issues, not confirmed, right? We'll have to see, time will tell on that. And so that, I mean, that's what happened with the last generation TRD Pro Tundras, is they kind of didn't sell all that well, and then now that they're discontinued, everyone wants a 5.7 V8. So I bet it'll be a similar situation with these new Tundra TRD Pros. TRD Pro! Let us set off. It's crazy to me that there are so many of these Pros available now. Because all the other Pros are selling out. You know, Sequoia, it's like, get on a waiting list. 4Runner, get on a waiting list. Even the Tacoma, you have to get on a waiting list before you're able to get one. But the Tundra's struggling a little bit. Man, is it heated steering? Okay, yeah, it is on. It's like, man, this steering wheel feels like lava. Yeah, the heated steering wheel's on. You know what's something, let me know if you guys disagree, but I kind of feel like heated steering wheels are almost pointless. I never use them in a vehicle. I would rather have gloves than a heated steering wheel because they just get too hot. Now the hybrid has great power. Tons of low end torque. Again, 583 pound-feet of torque. The engine produces the torque at a pretty low figure, and then you pair that with instant electric boost, and you've got good power right off the bat. Now, unlike unlike struggling to talk today, the Raptor and the RHO, this is not a wide body, and although it has upgraded suspension, this is kind of more like a ZR2 competitor in a lot of ways, where it's got upgraded shocks on the standard body, so this drives very similar to a standard Tundra. A little bit different, but not too different. Now that being said, over big compression, Fox shocks are going to perform a bit better than the Bilstein shocks. But again, this isn't live valve or anything crazy like that. And on road, I mean, it's pretty comfortable. It does drive like a truck, right? This is body on frame with a solid axle in the back. So you do get a little bit of bumping around. Man, the low end torque on this thing is incredibly impressive. Just keeps going and going. And the hybrid system doesn't feel weird with the brakes. It's pretty smooth. So I see that as another key benefit. You know, this handles pretty well. This is a big beast. Yeah, it's a full-size pickup truck. The torque is the most impressive thing with a Tundra. So with this TRD Pro, I actually think this is a good value in a segment this competes in. This is, you know, basically a ZR2 competitor, and the ZR2s with similar options, you're looking at 80 roughly. So it's a bit less money than a ZR2 for a similarly equipped truck. And then when you look at Raptor and RHO, if you want to make that comparison, the Raptor starts at over 80. The RHO technically starts at 70, but if you equip an RHO with similar features to this, you're looking at closer to about 80 grand. Now the RHO does come with massaging seats, and I'd say a nicer interior when it comes to materials. So it is a little bit less money. But the biggest benefit I see of this over the Americans is the longevity, right? Now, obviously the Tundra's had some issues right now, but Toyota's whole business model is built around reliability. So you better believe Toyota's going to figure out this situation. They're going to figure it out. And so it might take till the end of the production run. That's sometimes what you see with the Toyotas. The best ones to buy are the very, very last ones. But yeah, once that happens, I mean, it's like you'll see the Tundra TRD Pro still on the road 20 years from now. Will you see the Raptor? Will you see the ZR2? Definitely not the ZR2, because those 6.2 V8s like to blow up. But yeah, will you see those on the road? Probably not. So it kind of creates a stronger value proposition for those of you that keep your vehicles for a little bit longer.